Alright, so what's up? It's your girl AB with 30, Flirty, and Thriving. I'm here with Bizarre. A lot of people know him from his work with D12 back in the 90s, right? Was it 2000s?
80s.
No, it wasn't. Stop playing with me. It was the 90s though. God, that makes me feel old.
No, I was so high. I think it was the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Well, it's 2019. It's been a minute.
I was in high school in the 90s.
So what? I mean, I was. So it's been a minute,
Right.
but you've been still doing your thing. You've been working. You've been making moves. You're in Atlanta now, right?
Yeah.
And you've been working on some new projects. I mean, obviously you've done a few things in the past 10, 20 years, but most recently you've been working on a new album. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I'm working on a new album called Rufus, which is my real name. It's basically, talking about my struggles in the industry, not in the industry, in life, period. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's time for me to tell my story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know me from being this crazy rapper, to do with the shower cap. So I'm just, kind of giving you some stories, my tell-all, as my diary.
So what can some of your fans or some of the people who might not be as familiar with your work have to look forward to? What is some of your story that you really want people to get from this album?
Just to know, that I got a different story, you know what I'm saying, than everybody else. It's not a typical story, but it was obstacles that I had to overcome that, I had a choice which way to go, and most people would have chose the easy route, and I took the tough route for a lot of things. And then there's a lot of sacrifices that I made in my career to be where I'm at today, and, just to, inspire these young kids to say, damn, he did all that, I could do it. Because my path was a rough path.
Born and raised in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So the struggle was real here in Detroit. Right. Went through a lot of people can, I'm sure, relate to that.
Between Detroit and Dallas.
Oh, okay.
I went back and forth between Detroit and Dallas, but born and raised in Detroit. Spent some time in Dallas, back and forth through high school.
So what's the name of the new album?
Rufus. See, I told y'all, see y'all named drugs. Y'all think it'd be me.
No, listen, I need you to make sure people be listening and then they just bypass, wait a minute, so what's the name of the new album? People ask you the same question 3 times. You gotta make sure you gotta hit them with it. So it's Rufus.
Yeah, my real name.
That's your real name.
Yeah.
You're trying to kind of almost get into this new place of everybody knows you as this crazy guy from back in the early 2000s, shower cap, saying the wildest shit. Some of your lyrics and your past work was just crazy.
Right.
But this is more about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
But Bizarre is very much a part of Rufus, right? I mean, that crazy is still in you. That's still a part of who you are.
Sure. I guess that that's always gonna be a character of mine, but but nobody ever seen Rufus, what I'm saying, which is also a character of mine, what I'm saying,
So this is brand new. This is exciting because they're getting to see a part of you they've never seen before.
Right, they've never seen it before. So my fans, I want y'all to be patient. I know people don't like when artists switch it up. They want you to stay the same. Everybody has been through this, but I'm warning my fans now that this is going to be some different shit. It's not going to be a typical Bizarre album, but I will have a mixtape that I'm probably going to drop a couple weeks before my album. It's called, I can't even tell you what it's called. But that's where you can get the Bizarre shit that you need.
But your album's dropping in August, right?
Yeah.
And the mixtape will drop probably this month? Because it's July right now. Dang, time flies. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming soon?
Yeah. I'm working on it diligently.
So is the mixtape more of the Bizarre feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to disappoint my fans. I hate when it's really just for the fans, because I just hate when artists put out projects out and the fans be like, oh man, he changed, he's totally different, you know what I'm saying? So I know me, my fan, I got a hardcore fan base and they fiend for my lyrics and my whole persona. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm basically pleasing both. I'm pleasing my fan base and I'm pleasing, you know, my new fans, and I'm pleasing myself because I feel like I need to tell the story.
So this project's from the heart.
Yeah.
So this is something that people can get, they can take something from it. What would you say? Obviously, the storyline is there about just kind of like your backstory, but what would you say the vibe is on this new album?
Man, it's just about uplifting, you know, encouraging, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could touch on a couple subjects. I talk about me having asthma my whole life and dealing with that. I talk about battle with addiction, with drugs. I talk about battle with weight loss, you know what I'm saying, up and down with weight. You know, talk about me being a male prostitute. Nah, see, that's
like, wait a minute, what now?
That's what we're going back into bizarre. You know, my personality keep changing, going from bizarre to Rufus. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I didn't know this. Tell me more.
6 Mile and Wood. Anyway. Yeah, but you know, just touching on some you know, personal subjects. You know what I'm saying?
What do you have a project that you worked on this album that's like your favorite, or a song that you really connect with, or you really excited about the world hearing?
I got a lot of them. I got a song. I don't want to get too much away. So I know you dig it. But I got a lot of songs on there, and you definitely, something's going to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole career, I've never been able to let my mother really, you know, hear anything of my songs. You know what I'm saying? Because of the vulgar language. So you know, I know it's at least 7 or 8 songs on there that they can listen to.
Nice. Okay.
Like I do got a song called Stepfather.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Give a salute to my stepfather, which I don't think the stepfathers get the credit that they deserve.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people, I'm sure, that will be able to relate to that. So regardless of whatever your struggle is, you can probably find something on this album that you're going to be able to relate to.
Right. Gotcha.
Cool. So you
include male prostitution.
Including male prostitution. So if you was gigoloing, so you've been working on that. You've got that going on. You have that. I'm trying to think of what else we was talking about. You've got a show coming up, right? You're gonna be performing in Detroit.
Yeah. I got a show coming up soon. It's with Crowd Freaks. Actually, I'm looking at the flyer, and the show's in the hood. It's in my old neighborhood, so I'm excited about that because I'm gonna actually walk to the show. Probably bring my whole hood with me.
Nice.
Yeah, probably fucking shoot somebody.
Oh well.
Go to jail, all that
nope,
shit.
none of that. Nope. Wait, nope.
You know, I'm going back and forth about bipolar shit is real.
So you got that going on, but also, you know, obviously this is my baby, my podcast, but we was talking about podcasting, and it's something that you toyed with the idea of starting your podcast, because you've done stuff before where you like prank call and do some silly shit that people really respond to.
Right.
So if you're thinking about doing a podcast.
Sorry about that. I put a book on you.
Oh, what?
My bad. I'm switching some shit. What you saying about the podcast, though?
Yeah, no. So like, so if Bizarre was to have a podcast,
okay,
what type of shit could people look forward to listening to? Like, what would the premise of that be? Would it be really just fun, lighthearted? Would it be more music based? Would it be interviewing people? Would you want to just have fun with it and do some pranks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think I don't want to mix mine up. I don't think nobody want to hear somebody talking for three hours straight.
Right.
You know, I personally don't think people want to hear me talking for 3 hours straight. I don't even know if I can talk for 3 hours straight. So I like mixing it up. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple songs in between, like almost like a radio station / podcast. Yeah, I definitely want to do. You know, I'll probably do some prank calls, have some weird, bizarre guests on there. You know, some freestyle shit, just like a television show.
Right. So really entertaining. Just entertaining.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Now, speaking of that, and back to the album, you also didn't you just drop a documentary? Or are you about to?
The documentary comes out with the album.
With the album,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So you've been working on that too. So that's more of like a visual or behind the scenes of the whole, what the album is, why it is. So you really go into detail there about what this is all about, right?
No, actually, it's just about my life. And we interview like my mother, father, my sister, old friends from the neighborhood, me, group members, and basically, and they just kind of like tell the story of me being a teenager until, you know, where I am now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, through all the D12 struggles, from the solo shit, to my mother explained about me just wanting to be a rapper since I was 10, giving me my first rap name.
So I have a 16-year-old. We talk about this. Like, he wants to be a rapper. How did your mom respond to that? Was she like, boy, or was she totally supportive? Did she not? What was her reaction to that?
Well, I started rapping when I was 10, and my rap name used to be, she gave me my rap name. My rap name used to be Sweet Pete. And
my grandma had a cat named Sweet Pete.
Oh, for real? Pete, not Pete.
Oh, it was
right.
Sweet Pete.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
P-E-T-E.
cute.
And then she was supportive for a while. Like, you know, she took me to shows and stuff. And then one day these people knocked on our door who were Jehovah's Witnesses. And it kind of like changed their life. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Jehovah's Witness religion, they don't really, you know, they're not really with the whole
The secular
rapping.
music and all that. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she kind of switched it up on me when I was like 15, 16. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to, you know, go along with the flow. I started rapping for a couple of years. I was still doing it, but I was sneaking, doing it. And then when I got 18, I just couldn't take it no more. She actually got out of her car one day, and you know, when you're a teenager, you drive your parents' car and you leave a song and it takes deck by accident.
I've never had that experience, but
okay.
My mom did
So
when she got her car.
I was notorious for that. So she jumped in the car and turned the car on, and it was a song blasting, and the name of the song was it's called "I Hear Demons."
Oh shit. So she wasn't happy.
That was the end of me. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, I had to tell her that I didn't want to be Jehovah's Witness no more. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up having to move out. And then I moved out with my cousin and their family. And that's when the struggle got real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was used to 3 square meals a day. You know, like kind of like a middle class neighborhood too. Mm-hmm. You know, my people, gas was getting turned off, water was getting turned off. You know, and that was a struggle really because I always had the option to go back home if I would do right. But I knew I wanted to be a rapper, so I had to stick the shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real. When you have to make that choice, like I could have it easy, but I'm choosing my passion.
Right.
Like
And my mother, she would like be waving the shit like a state. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like they literally left me. I was 18. They left and moved to Texas, back to Texas. Mm-hmm. And my peoples, they didn't have no gas, so I was allowed to take baths for like 2 years. You know, we have to do the bird bath
right.
and heat up to see. She from the struggle. Anyway, she took one this morning. Anyway, but so I was doing that, and then it was like, so it was like, so just saying that, like, so I did that for 2 years. So on my rider, as a rapper, mm-hmm. I have a jacuzzi I have a jacuzzi as far as my rider. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? So when promoters see it, they automatically assume I'm on some bougie shit. They were like, huh? One jacuzzi? Why does Bizarre want a jacuzzi? I'm obsessed with baths. You know,
okay.
I hate showers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said this hotel. But like, I'm so obsessed with it that like, manager, he'll come to me when they're checking in and be like, yo, I said, they say they got a jacuzzi tub, but it's an extra $150.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't
Right.
give a fuck.
Yeah, I need that
I
jacuzzi.
need that jacuzzi.
Right.
You know, then one day somebody asked me, like, man, why do you gotta have jacuzzi tub so much?
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, just imagine not being able to take a bath in 2 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole.
So now you never not have that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's crazy. So you definitely.
Even the house, every house I move in has to have a jacuzzi.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's like very specific. Like that's not something that goes
Right.
in every house.
Right,
It's like I'm
exactly.
jacuzzi.
Yeah, I had a couple landlords build a jacuzzi.
Oh, wow.
Now, my last 2 houses, they built a jacuzzi.
Wow. Yeah, that's so it's like the small things that stick with you.
Right.
The small things that stick with you through that struggle. I think everybody has their little things that they're just kind of like, that's it for me.
Right.
So all of that, I'm sure, and more is in that documentary, which drops with the album in August, which is more of an inside look to you and the real you and kind of the struggles that you've gone through and everything. You've got that performance coming up in Detroit. What else? Because you're in bouncing right between Atlanta and Detroit. So do you do a lot of stuff in Atlanta too, or is most of the stuff that you do here in Detroit?
I'm getting better at Atlanta, but Atlanta, I'm kind of more a family man. I'm a single father. You know what I'm saying? I have full custody of my daughter. You know, she just turned 13, so. You know, these kids nowadays, they got 1,000 things going on in school, mm-hmm. class, this program, this and that. So, you know, and then I stay like an hour from Atlanta, so, you know, I'm kind of like a homebody.
Right.
But then when I come to Detroit, it's like
it's work, it's hustle.
Work. And I try to squeeze everything into 4 or 5 days.
So you work with a lot of different people in Atlanta and Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Are there any anyone? Did you work with anyone on this album that's about to drop?
Yeah, I got an engineer named a producer named Super, and we basically did like my last two albums, like from bottom to top. Like he knows me, he knows my sound, you know, and we just work good together, you know what I'm saying? So he did majority of the album. My guy Super, and my other homie Trap Beats from Connecticut. I recorded a lot of Connecticut too.
Nice.
So I'm all over the place.
And then you recently recorded a video, right, with Crack-A-Lack, and Crack-A-Lack is from Lansing and does a lot of work. I mean, I had to get the shout out.
She had to do it. Shout out to Lansing. They need it. Right?
Well, damn. But no, it's good to see people doing big things, and so
I like Crack-A-Lack. That's the homie. Like, very professional, on time. Like, it's something with y'all Lansing people with this on time shit. But
it's just crazy because I'm really not on time. When you got so many things going on in the day, it's like I need.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, anybody do an interview her, be on time. She's mean.
That's not mean.
She mean. 5 minutes late, she's leaving.
That's not true. I'm so nice.
Yeah, right. You see that fake laugh?
I'm done with your ass.
No, but Crack-A-Lack, it was good work. I like his production. It was clean. I know he means a lot to Lansing. You know what I'm saying? And what I like about him is that he you know, I follow him on Instagram. He's constantly moving. He's in New York. He's in Miami. He's not afraid to try different things. And that's what it's all about, man. Like, I support anybody that understands that you have to get out of Detroit or Lansing,
your hometown,
right, to make it. And that's how I got.
Because I think did you experience this too? I feel like your own people, like they don't really get it. It's like other people, it's the outsiders that really start to support you and promote you and all of that. And then your people are like, oh, I see. Oh, I knew that. I went to school with him. Yeah, we cool. We go way
I caught a bug. Me and my boys, we call it the bug. I caught a bug early. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like 16, and this cat named Ishmael. Shout out to Ishmael. He kind of changed my life. We came to the hip hop shop, which is where we all grew up at. Me, Eminem, Crew, we all met each other at the hip hop shop. And he said, yo, I'm putting this bus together to go to DC. And all you rappers that want to go. It's gonna be a battle down there. So it's a music conference. It costs $150 per person. And then I went to DC, and like, you know, a lot of guys is kind of like standoffish, but I was like networking, walking around, saying shit, talking to people, and I met these cats called the Outsiders, which was who is Rod Digger. I'm not even familiar with her. She used to be in Bust Around the Flip Mode, and the Outsiders, Young Z is her baby daddy, and I ended up getting into a cipher with them, and they told me if I ever come to New Jersey, look them up. And then a couple of weeks later, Proof was going to New York to get some clothing company or something. And I asked him, like, oh, yo, how far is New Jersey from New York? He's like, oh, it's like 20 minutes. And I'm like, man, fuck it, I want to go. So I hit him up. I got to New Jersey, like, yo, Young Z, this is bizarre. Remember you told me about coming to New Jersey? I'm here. You know, I slept on his floor for like 3 or 4 days. And, you know, that's just basically how, you know, I've got my career, is being persistent and just traveling
with people.
Yeah, me and Proof and DJ Hit, we done got on the road with $30 in our pocket and slept on floors in New York and $8 slices. You know, just to be around it. Like, there's no excuse for us. Like, you know, people got 1,000 excuses. Oh man, you know, I can't do this, man. Man, my girl won't. Man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There is no excuse. This is what I want, and I'm willing to do anything to do with it. So that's why I got where I'm at. You know,
Staying with it, yeah, clearly, because I'm like, that's evident from you choosing to stay with your people, even with no gas, no water, whatever, versus staying comfortable with your mom, or even getting to the point where you're sleeping on the floor, just to make the connection, just to be in the environment, just to be able to, you know, go through that, for sure. So, all right, well, I definitely want to, you know, thank you for taking the time to talk to me about everything that you got going on, and give you an opportunity. If people don't already know how to find you, where to find you, how can people find you, online, offline, where can they find you?
On my social media is Bizarre's World. Bizarre's World, Instagram, that's what it has. Facebook, same thing, Twitter, you know, hit me up. I'm not hard to find.
Cool. And check for the album dropping in August. The documentary comes with that. And then also, if you're in Detroit, July 20th? July 20th,
Crowd Freak.
The Crowd Freak. Is it a music fest, or it's just like
it's a music fest.
Yeah, so check them out. Man. All right, thank you so much. Our remote's not working.
That was fun.